Good morning and welcome to our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. Our focus this morning is on the Wisconsin State Fair presented by U.S. Cellular. This year, the Wisconsin State Fair is celebrating 170 years of tradition, and the mission is to also celebrate agriculture and other industries paramount to Wisconsin's rich history. It's happening August 5th through the 15th, and I'm happy to be joined by Kathleen O'Leary, who serves as the CEO of Wisconsin State Fair Park. Hi, Kathleen.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing very well,
Great.
and it has been a while.
It has been a while.
Good to see you, and it's so good to be out here on the state fairgrounds. So I wanted to first and foremost start off talking about the significance and the importance of the Wisconsin State Fair.
Truly, the Wisconsin State Fair is the celebration of everything that we should be so proud of in Wisconsin, right? Agriculture is the cornerstone of the fair industry and certainly the cornerstone in the showcase in Wisconsin. But it's also about participation. The beautiful thing about the participation of all of those entries of the people in the horticulture, the craft, the culinary, never mind the thousands of exhibitors that are showing their animals and are so proud to be here.
Yeah.
That's really the ultimate beauty of the fair, and it brings family and friends together, and it is the best 11 days of summer.
And aren't we so thrilled that we're able to be here? We were talking before the show that, you know, we have a tendency to sometimes take things for granted. And coming to the fair is something you thought you'd always be able to do, but needless to say, the fair was canceled last year due to the pandemic. And I think that you can count on one hand how many other times in the 170-year history that the fair has been canceled, right?
Yes, it was only the 6th time. The others were due to the Civil War and World War II, and then the World Exposition Center that was held in Chicago. So very few cancellations. I did not see this in my script of legacy, but I don't think that any of us saw a pandemic, and it was an agonizing decision to cancel the fair, but it was the right decision.
Oh, yeah.
But it is amazing and wonderful to be back and ready to open our gates to welcome all of the people that want to join us for the 11 days of the Wisconsin State Fair.
Yes, and so since we are kind of talking about coming off the pandemic, which of course we are kind of still battling our way through it, but there is light at the end of the tunnel is what I like to say. What are some of the health guidelines, if any, that people should keep in mind when they come to the fair?
Well, we are following all of the CDC guidelines at Wisconsin State Fair, so masks will not be required at our gates or when you are on our 200 acres, indoor or outdoor, and we will continue to follow those guidelines and monitor them every day, day in and day out.
Yeah, very important to know. And tickets, admission, and your parking will be cashless. So explain that.
So at our admission gates only. Now, when you come into the fair, all of our vendors, they'll be happy to take your cash, whether it's for food or beverage or when you're in the exposition center. But when you come to the fair, if you have not pre-purchased your ticket, we would ask that you have a credit card ready. That reduces the amount of contact that we have to have, again, trying to keep health and safety at the forefront of everything we do. It's also about efficiency, not only about staffing efficiencies, because we are challenged right now with staffing, but it's also about efficiencies of getting you in and being able to have your experience start sooner. So at our admission gates and at our parking, we would ask that you have credit cards available and ready.
All right, just be ready. And that's really what this conversation's about, to make sure that everyone that's at home watching, they have an idea of what to expect and what they need to know when they come out with their family and friends to celebrate the 170th Wisconsin State Fair. So there was one other thing I wanted to ask you that definitely had to do with just being in the know. And that's what's new here on the grounds.
Well, certainly right where we are,
Yes.
which is in the heart of the beautiful Wisconsin State Fair Park Central Mall. So we were able to do a infrastructure project. We are an aging property, an aging entity. Underneath the ground, there needed a lot of work being done. So The people that come to the Wisconsin State Fair will see new asphalt, new curbing, that you won't have the trip hazards. But when you come around the corner in front of the giant slide, right where we are is, we decided that we didn't want to just asphalt it back over, right? We wanted to create a gathering spot, a place where people could come and sit and eat and enjoy their time together. So here we are in Central Mall. We cannot wait to showcase it and show it off for the 11 days of the fair. So that's probably the biggest and the brightest and the newest thing people will see when they come to the fair.
Yes, and it's like really very calming, you know, and you'll have shade tables out here as well. But the giant slide is a nice little, I guess you could say that's a landmark here at the fair, because it's been 50 years that it's been kind of like that one thing that all ages can kind of go to and have fun. What is that, 200 feet?
It's 113 stairs up. I'm not going to say the exact way down, but it really is. It's over 50 years. It's iconic. It is, again, in that central part of the mall. It's timeless, right?
Yeah.
To be able to get on that potato sack and hold hands or just enjoy coming down with one of your friends, one of your kids, whoever it may be, it's just got so much joy attached to it. And the experience that, really, that's what we do. We transcend, those wonderful memories.
Yeah, that's what we call old school fun.
Old school fun.
For sure. So I know you get asked all kinds of questions, being the CEO, but really I want to know, what's your favorite thing to do here? Because many times you're on the grounds and you're working, of course, but there's still something that makes you smile, or some memory that you have.
Well, it's always been watching the joy that the 11 days bring, right? The smiles and just people being able to be together. I always find such joy in watching the agricultural exhibitors. Mm-hmm. They work tirelessly. They're out at ridiculous hours in the morning. When I come in super early at like 4:30 in the morning, and you have a young exhibitor walking their Clydesdale down 5th Street, or you have someone, a little boy shearing his sheep. There's so much to be said for that. But for this year, it will be opening these gates. It will be opening these gates and welcoming all of those that want to join us for, again, the 11 greatest days of summer.
You can say that again. And here's the thing, when you open the gates, there are plenty of ways for people to save money on admission. So let's give them an idea of some of the things that they can keep in mind, starting with opening day.
Okay. Well, first I'll start with, I encourage you that if you haven't bought your tickets already, buy them now, because they're still discounted through July 31st, right? So that's really super important, and you can buy them online at wistatefair.com. If you do not purchase your ticket beforehand and you still want to get some good deals on opening day, historically we have worked with Hunger Task Force for decades, and we will work with them again in 2021. So if you bring in a food donation of 2 non-perishable food items, preferably pears and peaches, you will get into the Wisconsin State Fair for $2.
Wow.
Or you can make a monetary donation of $10 or more, and then you will get 2 admissions for the $2. So, and again, all of this will be at the gates with the kiosks, and again, we're cashless, even on Hunger Task Force Day. But let's move to the last day. So that's the first day, our last day, which is August 15th. That is with Miller Coors, again, another tradition that we have done, our Veterans and Military Day. If you come in and show your military ID, not only do you get in, but up to 3 of your family members get in for free. Thank you to Miller Coors. And then a pandemic brings a lot of opportunities to say thank you, right? That gratefulness that you talked about earlier. And that really is to our educators and to our front line and the first responders. So on the one and only Wednesday of the fair, well, thank you to Meyer, we will be doing our First Responder Day and our Healthcare as well as Grocery Workers Day. You will get into for free from the time we open our gates at 11 until 5. And then on the second Thursday of the fair, it is our Educator Day, because boy, we know our teachers have had a lot of struggles and a lot of challenges before them, not only even in 2020, but even into 2021, and certainly as we go back into the school year this year. So those are our few ways to say thank you to all of those very, very important people.
I love that, and I do have to mention my favorite day as far as admission specials. You already know it's Crazy Grazing Day.
Oh, of course, Crazy Grazing Day.
That's Tuesday, August 10th, and that is where a lot of your vendors will be offering discounted items just for people to take advantage of, and then also having some samples, I'm guessing, as well?
typically most of our vendors will participate with reduced prices and then the reduced size.
Oh, okay.
But they vary, and there's a lot of the vendors that participate in this, hence the name Crazy Grazing, so you can just graze all day throughout the Wisconsin State Fair.
Woo, yes, prepare yourself before, you know, like
come hungry.
They have enough time to say, okay, I'm gonna like kind of lay off of the food because the fair is coming up, and you already know if you can't have your favorite foods here, then you know it's like something's missing. So none of that I'm on a diet stuff.
No, there are no calories, fat grams, no guilt on anytime you're at the Wisconsin State Fair.
Live a little. So here's the thing, you talked about being able to get some of the discounts that are offered on admission, but people can also follow you on social media and maybe win tickets to concerts on the main stage, admission tickets. There's quite a bit going on for those people who are all over social media.
And all of our platforms, and we have a number of them, Facebook, Instagram, all of our platforms, you can follow us on them, and I have the greatest staff that is so innovative, and there are ways to win. There's ways to win the tickets, as you said, to the main stage, for discounts to the admission discounts. It's actually really fun. Even if you don't win, it's fun to follow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to share your ideas about why you love the Wisconsin State Fair. Very engaging.
Yeah, and when you follow you guys on social media, it just really reminds you that these state fairgrounds really are used for a lot of different purposes, and there are things that are going on all year long. So it's definitely worth following.
Very much so. I mean, it's kind of what we talked about a little earlier. Really use those platforms to know before you go.
Yeah.
Right? There are some things that will be different, and it's just a great way. It's most updated information between the social media platforms and our website, but also, like you said, I mean, we are a year-round venue. So we will close the fair on August 15th, and we will host 2 horse shows immediately following. We have a race. So there is not a lot of downtime here at the Wisconsin State Fair Park.
Yeah, you're always busy, and we are so excited that it's that time of year for you to be busy, and we'll all see you here at the Wisconsin State Fair Park. Thank you so much for all of your time today.
Thank you, and thank you for your passion and your love of the Wisconsin State Fair.
It's always fun. Thank you,
you.
Kathleen.
Thank you.
Kathleen O'Leary is the Executive Director and the CEO of Wisconsin State Fair Park. Again, you can visit their website at wistatefair.com for more information on anything we've discussed. And when we return to our Issues Milwaukee, we'll actually give you an opportunity to learn about all of the new foods. We'll discuss entertainment and other attractions as we prepare for the 170th Wisconsin State Fair, happening here at State Fair Park August 5th through the 15th. We'll be right back.
You can help fight against COVID-19 at any age, but we need agreement from every age. Be all in with the Milwaukee Urban League to make sure everybody in the neighborhood is fully informed about the coronavirus vaccine before they decide to take it. Help unify the community. Get all in for change, all in for vaccine education, and all in against coronavirus. Let's move forward into a future where a virus does not dictate our moves. Visit tmul.org/all-in.